Hey, do me a quick favor. Hold out your hand. Now turn it so the palm is facing up, and then turn it back down. Super simple, right? Well, you've just used your body's own secret language. And today, we're going to decode those exact movements and a few others you're doing all the time without even thinking about it.
So let's just dive right in. You've probably heard these words before: supination, pronation. Maybe when you were looking for new running shoes or at physical therapy. But what do they actually mean? Let's figure it out.
Okay, we're going to start with the part of your body you use constantly, your forearms. Seriously, this is the easiest way to get a handle on the core idea behind these two opposite but totally complementary movements.
And you know what? The difference is ridiculously simple. Supination is just when you rotate your forearm so your palm is facing up. And pronation, it's the exact opposite, rotating it so your palm faces down. That's it. Palm up versus palm down. That is the fundamental action.
Here is a fantastic little trick to remember which is which. To lock in the word supination, just imagine you're holding a bowl of soup. See? Soup, supination. Your palm has to be facing up to hold that bowl. It's a silly little memory trick, I know, but trust me, it works every time.
Go ahead, you can do it right now. Wherever you are, just hold your arm out. Rotate your palm up toward the ceiling. That's your supination. Now rotate it down to face the floor, and that's pronation. You can actually feel the muscles in your forearm twisting and engaging, right? That physical feeling is the best way to really make this stuff stick in your brain.
Okay, awesome. We've totally got the arms down. So now, let's travel down to our feet. Because, get this, the very same terms, supination and pronation, are used here too, but they mean something a little different. When we're talking about how we walk and carry our own body weight,
So for your feet, it's all about how your weight shifts as you move. With foot supination, your foot has a tendency to roll outward, so you're putting more pressure on that outer edge. With pronation, it's the opposite. The foot rolls inward, putting more weight on the inner edge, on your arch. And this stuff really matters, because if you do too much of either one, it can throw your whole body out of alignment and lead to annoying things like shin splints or even knee pain.
Here's another really cool visual to help this click. To get foot supination, just picture a ballerina going up on her tiptoes. See how her weight has to shift to the outer edges of her feet for her to hold that pose? That outward roll? Well, that's the very essence of supination.
And to understand pronation, let's just stick with our dancer for a second. Now imagine her doing a plie, bending her knees. As she does that, her arches will flatten just a little and her feet roll inward to absorb the impact. That is a totally natural, healthy pronation. The problems only really start when that inward roll is too much, which is what people call overpronation.
So, we've got these really detailed movements happening in our feet, this rolling in and rolling out. But what about the big stuff? What's powering the major actions in our legs like running and jumping? Well, that brings us to one of the key players, a real powerhouse muscle working in the back of your thigh.
it's time to meet the biceps femoris. Now, I know it sounds complicated, but it's really not. It's that big muscle on the back of your thigh. You probably just call it your hamstring. The name itself gives you a hint. Just like the biceps in your arm, that bi part means it has two sections. And its main job? Super important. It's what allows you to bend your knee and pull your leg backward. Keeping this guy strong is absolutely crucial if you want to avoid those super common hamstring injuries.
Right? And that number 2 is the whole key to its name. Just like that famous muscle in your arm you flex, the bi in biceps femoris tells you it's a muscle made of two separate parts, or heads. One is long, one is short, and they work together to create all that power.
And this really makes it all real, doesn't it? If you want to feel this muscle in action, just imagine you're about to kick a soccer ball. That entire movement of pulling your leg back before you swing forward to strike the ball, yep, that is your biceps femoris contracting like crazy. It's a huge deal for explosive movements in pretty much any sport you can think of.
So, let's put all the pieces together. We've got supination, which is that outward rotation. We have pronation, the inward rotation. And then we have the biceps femoris, our power muscle that bends the knee and pushes the leg back. You could boil it all down to this: out, in, and push. That's the secret language right there in action.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. Now that you know this language, supination, pronation, I want you to think about your day so far. Think about when you turned a doorknob, when you walked to the kitchen, or when you picked up your coffee mug this morning. Which of these movements have you already done, probably hundreds of times, without even realizing it? Pretty cool, right? Your body's secret language is speaking all the time.